Hello YouTubers! What do we got here today? We have a carrier on TDM. What weapon are we going to use? We're going to use the SWAT target finder with a adjustable stock. One of my favorite setups in the entire game. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Time to bash some people in the TDM. So let's go and talk about one of the favorite subjects of all people that play video games. Girls, or girl gamers in specifically. Like all guys, I'd like to date a girl gamer. I would. Why would you like to date a girl gamer? What are the upsides and downsides of dating a girl gamer? And, you know, just the general gist of everything. I read it in a study just yesterday that girl gamers are 50% more likely to have a higher sex drive than a girl that doesn't game. But let's go and get to the root of everything else, because sex to me, sex is something that you do to basically show your affection for one another, more or less than just something that you do for fun. Granted, it is fun, but it's not as big a deal as people make it out to be. I mean, think about it. I mean, like, there's 400 million people have sex every day. Somebody's getting some pussy. But what's the big reason for girl gamers other than their higher sex drive? You pretty much don't have to spend a whole lot of money on things they like. Girls have weird habits on what they buy or purchase with their money. I mean, pretty much Nissan cars are like 100% backed by females, like, because they think they're cute. I mean, I've never bought a car, and cute was the defining factor on what I bought. I mean, I don't even really care what color I get half the time when I bought cars. I mean, the color is even secondary to me. I worry more about, like, the gear ratio and how much horsepower, you know, the guy number things. But the reason guys want girl gamers is because you don't have to change your hobby up. Like, for example, if, let's say your girlfriend wants a Coach purse. Anybody that's ever out there that bought a Coach purse knows they cost a good bit of money. They could be like $300 or $400, and you're sitting there thinking, like, this could get me an Xbox One. Why the hell I want to buy a fucking bag for $400? But if she was a girl gamer, you could buy the Xbox One, and you both could share it. Or you could get two Xbox Ones, and you could play with each other. Another thing about girl gamers is you don't have to try to teach them your hobby. I hate this. Hate this with a passion. Have you ever tried teaching somebody that doesn't game how to game? It's very difficult, because the most difficult part about it isn't teaching them the game or how to do it or where to go. It's getting the dual analog sticks down. How many times have, like, your mother or your girlfriend or somebody picked up the controller and they just spun around its place and they couldn't really move? It took them forever just to get the basic ideas to get their left and right thumb to move together. That's pretty much the hand-eye coordination of video games, and that is the tough part. But once you get that down, everything else can be learned very easily. Granted, some people are going to be faster than others, and granted, some people are going to be better at it than others. But the core of playing video games is that, the dual analog sticks. Well, unless you're on PC, then it's WSDA. But that sounds like food preservatives. Alright, so we pretty much laid out the whole idea of, you know, you don't have to change your hobby up, it's less expensive, you can buy games and video games without getting scolded, and it doesn't look like you're buying stuff to get away from them. That's another big one. You're not playing video games to get away from them, you're playing video games to spend time with them, and that's a huge one in a relationship. What's some other things? Girls that play video games are more susceptible to horror and sci-fi movies. I don't know about you guys, but my favorite genre is the horror sci-fi genre. Either or. I like them both. I like them better when they're together, but I like them both. I mean, there's some sci-fi movies I can do without, but there's a lot of sci-fi movies I actually like. But I digress. I can't stand dating a girl that will not go to a horror movie unless you basically, you know, drug her drink. I mean, I don't understand. I love feeling alive. I love that feeling that you get when you get that jump scare. It's like, woo! I should do my PewDiePie voice. PewDiePie. Ah! You know, there you go. There's PewDiePie. But, you know, what are you doing? Happy Wheels. But, PewDiePie. But I love getting scared. I love horror movies. I love the fantasy aspect of it. I even talked about it in the commentary. Horror and sci-fi pretty much saved my life in childhood, mainly because because my life sucked so much, or at least I felt like my life sucked so much. And when I was a teenager, that I was a suicidal tendencies. I did not like it. People called me fat. I didn't want to go to school. Blah 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 blah. And the only thing I was good at was video games, and I loved, renting movies. The 5 for 5 for 5. That's the deal we had around here. When DVDs were coming in, and they had all these VHS tapes, they just didn't want to get rid of them. They were them out for 5 tapes for $5 for 5 nights. And me and my buddy, we would binge on a weekend. We could get all the horror movies and just watch. And that's how we got this back catalog of horror movies that are like, you just pop them off. But yeah, gamer girls kick ass. I think that's what I'm trying to say.